Is it ever appropriate to say if you don't like it here, then leave? In terms of a country, no. No, I mean, if you don't like it here, work to change it. I mean, I don't like it here in the way it is, right? I want to make it better. So should I leave? No, I don't think leaving is the solution. If somebody has bad ideas, then argue against the ideas. But to tell them to leave, that's not what America's about. What America's about, I mean, some of them will leave, right? I remember Barbara Streisand, you said, if George Bush wins another election, I'm moving to Canada, I'm leaving. Well, of course, she never left. And you could say, yeah, go ahead and leave, right? If that's what you're threatening to do, go do it. But to say that the solution is to leave. I mean, if somebody says, Cuba's a wonderful place, then it's completely legitimate to say, why don't you move there? You should go to Cuba, experience it. But not in a sense of leaving America, in a sense of go experience what you are saying is good. If somebody says, I think what's going on in America is bad, and I'm going to work to change it, then great, that's what America's about. And if they have bad ideas, then your job is to convince them they're wrong, or to fight against them. But imagine who is going to man the ideological police, who are going to decide who stays and who leaves, who's anti-freedom and who's pro-freedom. And am I pro-freedom or anti-freedom? Well, it depends who you talk to. I mean, objectively I'm pro-freedom, but nobody cares about objectivity. Is there an objectivity police out there? Is there anybody you trust to be objective about these issues? Should leftists leave? Should rightists leave? Should people in the middle who can't frigging make up their own mind about anything, should they leave? I complain bitterly about America all the time, and lots of people have told me to leave. Am I the person you would like to leave? Would that make America better? No. If you don't like it here, then leave is not an argument. And it's not appropriate. Certainly not by the President of the United States. I can imagine in an argument you're getting into, well, if you hate America so much, why don't you move to Europe? Or if you love Europe so much, why don't you move to Europe? But that's not what a president does. A president does not work to divide a country, does not work to inflame differences. He points out the differences, he condemns bad ideas, but he does not tell American citizens to leave America. That is un-American. I'd say that's anti-American. I mean, you can accuse, I mean, and I did. I said Obama was the most anti-American president in American history. But you know what? So's Trump, in a different way. But Trump is fundamentally anti-American, and his idea of leaving is an anti-American idea. In America, we fight for change. In America, we argue, we debate, we convince. We don't kick people out. We don't demand that they leave. And when a president says something, it's a demand.
Well, you know, you've been talking about the bankruptcy of our modern intellectuals. And I know that in your most recent book, this is really a manifesto to a group that you call the New Intellectuals. Would you mind telling me just who they are, in your own words, and how they differ from the old-style intellectuals?
Well, since the old style, the presently existing intellectuals, have declared their own bankruptcy by abandoning the intellect, what we need today, what I call the new intellectual, would be any man or woman who is willing to think. Meaning, any man or woman who knows that man's life must be guided by reason, by the intellect, not by feelings, wishes, whims, or mystic revelations. Any man or woman who values his life and who does not want to give in to today's cult of despair, cynicism, and impotence, and does not intend to give up the world to the dark ages and to the rule of the collectivist brute.